NBA Countdown.
You're welcome inside Madison Square Garden. We're about a half hour from tip-off.
Right to your radio.
If Kevin Durant did not get hurt, James Harden would still be on the Nets.
Grady and the NBA.
I believe these stories are actually the lifeblood of the league.
The latest news, opinions, and stories from the NBA.
To quit on your team and your fans and your league.
Greeny, weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Plus. SportsCenter All Night continues with Jay Reynolds.
SportsCenter All Night, taking you to Key, Jay, and Max, 6 o'clock Eastern time here on ESPN Radio. A lot of focus on the College Diamond this week. Baseball regionals are settled in. It's on now to the Super Regionals. ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and, of course, the ESPN app starting on Friday. Friday would also be the decisive Game 3 of the Softball World Series, if it goes that far. The best-of-3 series begins tonight on ESPN. Red River showdown between Oklahoma and Texas. Oklahoma, top overall seed in the tournament, number 1 team in the nation, defending champs. Longhorns, not one of the top 16 seeds in the tournament. They reached the championship as an unseeded team to the guys at PTI.
Well, but what chance do you give Texas of upsetting Oklahoma in the 2 out of 3 final?
I don't know, Tony, about a 2 or 3 on a 1 to 10 scale. I mean, Oklahoma softball is the 27 Yankees. They're Joe Louis when he was the Brown Bomber. They're the 85 Bears. People appear afraid of them. I watched in fear as my Northwestern Wildcats played and scored the first run. And I was fairly happy in the opener of the World Series. And I think we lost that game 13-2. I mean, they just beat you in all ways possible. Oklahoma does it. It's spectacular. It's irresistible to watch, even though you know what the outcome's going to be. They only lost 3 games all season. So I know it's a conference rival. I know they beat them once. I know that. 1 to 10 scale, a 2 or 3. And Tony, I'm giving them more chance than I would just about anybody else who's outside the conference who would be completely afraid of them.
So I'm going to give them a pretty good chance, and I'm going to make a couple of analogies here. Texas beat them once this year, so Texas is not afraid of them. And you know what this reminds me of? Georgetown, Villanova.
Oh,
you play in the same conference, you get to a circumstance, and maybe it works for you. It also reminds me of Rich Strike, the horse in the Kentucky Derby. You know how many people gave that horse a chance to win the Kentucky Derby? 0 is the correct answer. The last horse in the field, all of a sudden it goes out there and wins, and it pays like hundreds of dollars to win. Oklahoma is fabulous. They're 57-3. The 3 teams that beat them got trounced in a rematch by an aggregate score of 39-0. But my Texas won 47 games.
Yeah, that's not going to beat Oklahoma in the World Series.
Just keep this in mind as you watch on ESPN. Sooners have played 60 games this season. They've won 40 of them by run rule, the mercy rule. Oklahoma, Texas, game 1 tonight. Oklahoma City, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. We'll see what highlights come out of that matchup Wednesday evening. As for the top sounds from Tuesday, we turn to Steve Lennox.
Number 4.
Jay, don't look now, but the Phillies are rolling. Tuesday night in Milwaukee, the Titans came back in the 9th against the Brewers. The call from Sports Radio, 94 WIP.
Swung on, hit well to left, and this one's got a chance. It is back, and it is gone. Matt Vierling has put the Phillies on top. Matt Vierling has homered to left off of Hader, and the Phillies are in front 3-2.
Number 3.
Yankees on the road against the Twins. Aaron Judge adding to his league-leading home run total with this shot. Ryan Ruocco had the call on the Yes Network.
The Judge hits that high in the air to center field. Celestino back, all the way back. He's not going to catch up with it. Goodbye into the grass. A 2-run bomb off the bat of Aaron Judge, and an early 2-0 Yankee lead.
Number 2.
Rays at home against the Cardinals. Rays down in the 10th inning, but Taylor Walls had no problem calling ball game and also playing the role of hero. The call from 620 WDAE Radio.
2-2. Swing and a drive, deep down the right field line toward the corner. It is off the pole! It's off the pole! It's off the pole! A 3-run homer and the Rays win! Taylor Walls flips the helmet.
number 2 and 10. Number 1.
And what a night in the Tampa-St. Pete area. Game 4 Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Final. Nikita Kucherov adding to the Tampa Bay Lightning lead in the second period against the New York Rangers. The call from 970 WFLA.
A quick up, Ruda for Palat. Up the middle, Kucherov, maybe a step in front. Hold, shoots, score! Kucherov! Kucherov has made it 2-0 with 6:53 left in the second.
Series now tied at 2, heading back to Madison Square Garden for pivotal Game 5. Speaking of guys with sticks, it's been a divisive issue in the world of golf. Stay with the PGA Tour or bolt for the Live Series. A lot of money available there, but that money comes from the Saudis, who are bankrolling things with a, shall we say, less than stellar history in terms of human rights. Graham McDowell, though, deflecting that one.
I wish I had the ability to be able to have that conversation with you. I think as golfers, if we tried to cure, geopolitical situations in every country in the world that we play golf in, we wouldn't play a lot of golf. It's a really hard question to answer. We're just here to focus on the golf and kind of, what it does globally for the role models that these guys are and that we are. And it's a really hard question to get into.
Live Series opens tomorrow. Tonight we've got Game 3 of the NBA Finals, where we've seen two very different outcomes through the first two games of the series. As for what to expect for Game 3, ESPN analyst Tim Legler.
I think you're going to see a defensive-minded, adrenaline-fueled effort out of the Boston Celtics going home. They accomplished what they wanted to. They got the split. And now you go home, and you're going to have that crowd. And nothing rocks quite like a Boston Celtics home crowd. So they're going to try to put their foot on them early. They're going to make them feel them physically early in the game, try to create some turnovers, get out, get a little bit of separation. And I think you're going to see a Boston Celtics defense that we've been raving about for the last few months.
Game 3 tonight. It's on ABC and here on ESPN Radio. Joe Madden, not the only team leader fired yesterday. The LA Sparks firing coach Derek Fisher. He's been their coach since 2019, their general manager since the end of 2020. Some big money spent in Colorado. Broncos are being sold to the Walton Penner family ownership group. The Waltons, the family that still owns roughly 50% of Walmart. They're buying the Broncos for $4.65 billion. Record price for a North American sports franchise. It's Wednesday, June 8th. Born on this day, 1925, the late Eddie Goodell. Shortest player in Major League Baseball history, 3'7". Walked on 4 pitches in his only at-bat, wearing the number 1/8 on his jersey. Tonight, taller guys for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Celtics, Warriors, TJ and Max getting you set for it. They're next. I'm Jay Reynolds, back tomorrow with SportsCenter all night at ESPN Radio.
Coming up next, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio and ESPN2. The NBA Finals continue on ESPN Radio.
Here's Curry, a long three from the right. That one's good. 29 for Curry.
The Warriors respond to a Game 1 defeat with a dominating win in Game 2. Now it's a best-of-5 as the series shifts to Boston.
They are who we thought they were. We knew we had to keep our foot on the gas pedal and not let up, and we did that, and we're able to come out with the win.
Game 3 of the Warriors and Celtics. Coverage begins tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. Presented by Indeed.
Coming up Wednesday, we're getting you ready for Game